5 reasons why the elderly often have constipation you may not know. Hello, friend. Can I ask you something personal? How have you been feeling lately? Not just your energy levels or your joints, but deep down, your gut, your rhythm, your comfort. Do your mornings begin with ease, or do they start with a quiet struggle you rarely talk about? You see, I've sat across from many patients in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. Good people, strong people, who've whispered the same thing once the door is closed. Doctor, I haven't gone in days. Constipation. It's a word we avoid, a discomfort we normalize, a burden many carry in silence. And I want you to know, you are not alone. This isn't just about digestion. It's about dignity. It's about how you feel in your own body. And it's about reclaiming the comfort, energy, and clarity that comes when things are flowing the way they're meant to. Now, if you've been told this is just part of aging, I'd like to gently challenge that. Yes, changes come with time, but that doesn't mean you're doomed to days of discomfort. In fact, many causes of constipation in older adults are not only treatable, they're preventable, and most people don't even know them. Today, we're going to uncover 5 surprising reasons why constipation becomes more common with age. Not the generic advice you've heard 1,000 times, but the real underlying culprits, backed by science and compassion. More importantly, we'll talk about what you can do, starting now, to feel better. Because even if your body moves a little slower, your life doesn't have to. So sit back, take a deep breath, and give yourself permission to explore this without shame. Your comfort matters, your peace matters, and you deserve to feel good, inside and out. Let's begin. 1. Slower digestive transit time. Let's start with something that quietly happens inside all of us as we age, but rarely gets talked about: the natural slowing of your digestive system. You may have noticed it in small ways: feeling full longer after a meal, taking more time to pass stools, or needing extra time in the restroom. That's not your imagination. It's actually a biological reality. As we get older, the muscles that line your intestines and colon, which are responsible for pushing food and waste through your system, become less responsive. They lose tone and elasticity, just like the muscles in your arms or legs. We call this slowed peristalsis, the wave-like movement that moves food through the digestive tract. And when this wave slows down, everything else backs up. Think of your colon like a conveyor belt at the airport. When it's working well, the bags, or in this case, waste, glide through smoothly. But when the belt slows, or worse, stalls, the bags pile up. That's exactly what happens in your gut. The longer waste stays in the colon, the more water is absorbed from it, making stools harder, drier, and more difficult to pass. And that's when constipation strikes. I remember a patient, Mr. Bradley, a 68-year-old retired school teacher, who came in feeling exhausted every morning. Not from lack of sleep, but because he felt bloated and backed up. He was eating well, drinking water, and even walking every day. What he didn't realize was that his colon had simply slowed down with age, and he needed to work with his body's new rhythm instead of against it. The good news? You can help your colon regain some of that rhythm with a few daily rituals. Start your day with a warm glass of water and a gentle stretch. Think about adding fiber-rich, water-dense foods like pears, oats, or cooked vegetables. And above all, listen to your body's urge to go. Don't delay it. That simple act alone can help retrain your body's timing. Here's the lesson I shared with Mr. Bradley. Your body isn't broken. It's just moving at a wiser, gentler pace. And it needs your patience, not your frustration. 2. Medications that disrupt the gut. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked causes of constipation in older adults, something hiding right there in your medicine cabinet. Did you know that over 70% of seniors take at least 2 prescription medications daily? And while these medications may be helping your blood pressure, your heart, or your pain, they could be quietly slowing down your gut. Some of the most common culprits include opioid painkillers, like codeine, morphine, or tramadol, iron supplements for anemia, calcium channel blockers used for blood pressure or heart rhythm, antacids that contain aluminum or calcium, certain antidepressants. Let me tell you about Mary. She was 72, bright and funny, but came into my office in tears. For months, she'd been feeling heavy and bloated, needing laxatives just to have a bowel movement once a week. What changed? She'd been prescribed a strong painkiller after a knee replacement, and no one had warned her it would affect her digestion. Once we identified the cause, we adjusted her medication, increased her fiber and fluid intake, and worked with her pharmacist to find a better balance. Within a few weeks, she was smiling again, not just because of the relief, but because she felt in control again. So here's the message. Never stop a medication on your own, but please, talk to your doctor or pharmacist if you suspect one of your pills may be part of the problem. There are often alternatives, dose adjustments, or additional support that can make all the difference. Your medication should be helping your whole body, not just one part. And your comfort is just as important as your blood pressure or cholesterol. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. 3. Decreased physical activity. Let's talk about something that seems simple on the surface, but has a surprisingly powerful effect on your digestion. Movement. Now, I know this isn't the first time someone's told you that exercise is important, but here's what most people don't realize. Your intestines are muscles too. Just like your arms, your legs, and your heart. And when you move your body, even gently, you wake up those intestinal muscles. You help them contract. You help them push. You help them keep things moving. That's why one of the most common causes of constipation in older adults is inactivity. After retirement, it's easy to slow down. The days feel quieter. You might sit longer, nap more, or skip the morning walk because of weather, pain, or simply routine. And slowly, the body forgets how to move things along on the inside too. I'll never forget James, a 75-year-old retired mechanic who came to me complaining about constant bloating and hard stools. He was sharp, independent, and proud, but he had fallen out of his routine. No more morning walks with his late wife, no more gardening. He was spending most of his day in the recliner, reading or watching the news. We started small, just 10 minutes of walking after breakfast. Some light stretches before bed, nothing strenuous. And within a month, his bowels had found their rhythm again. The beauty of this solution is that it doesn't require a gym membership or fancy equipment, just a commitment to gentle daily movement. That could be a walk around the neighborhood water aerobics at the local pool, dancing in your kitchen to your favorite song, light stretches in your living room while watching TV. Even a bit of chair yoga can stimulate your gut. The key is consistency, giving your body a chance to work with you, not against you. So here's the takeaway. Motion isn't just for your muscles, it's for your peace of mind, your comfort, and your freedom. You were made to move, and that movement can restore your body from the inside out. 4. Dietary shifts with age. Now, we turn to something many people overlook when they think of constipation. What's on your plate? As we age, our eating habits change. Not always by choice. Maybe it's harder to chew certain foods. Maybe your appetite just isn't what it used to be. Maybe you're cooking for one now, and meals have become simpler, quicker, or, let's be honest, less joyful. But here's the issue. Many of the foods that are easiest to prepare or chew, toast, tea, crackers, cheese, soft pastries, are low in fiber, low in hydration, and high in the potential to clog up your system. Fiber is your body's broom. It sweeps through your colon, gathering waste and helping it move out naturally. Without enough of it, your digestion slows, and your discomfort grows. Let me share the story of Helen and Robert, a couple in their 80s who'd been eating the same breakfast, white toast with butter and a cup of coffee, for nearly 50 years. It was comfortable, familiar. But Robert had developed chronic constipation, and Helen was tired of watching him suffer. When I spoke with them, I encouraged just a few small shifts. Add a spoonful of ground flaxseed to their oatmeal, switch 1 meal a day to include a soft lentil soup. Keep a bowl of prunes on the counter. And most importantly, drink more water with meals. Within weeks, Robert was back to feeling like himself. Not just because he was going regularly, but because he wasn't carrying that heaviness anymore. He had more energy, more joy. And Helen? She started eating the prunes too, and called them her miracle fruit. Here's what I want you to know. You don't have to overhaul your diet. Just upgrade it with purpose. Even just one new high-fiber habit each week can bring relief. Try cooked vegetables, like carrots, spinach, or squash, fruits like apples, with the peel, pears, or stewed prunes, whole grains instead of white bread or pasta, and always, always water. Your colon depends on it. Constipation often has a quiet cause, and food is one of the gentlest ways to help. You deserve meals that nourish you, comfort you, and keep you moving forward. Body and soul. 5. Emotional and psychological factors. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Your feelings can affect your bowels. Yes, truly. Your gut is often called your second brain for a reason. It has over 100 million nerve cells, constantly sending signals to your brain and receiving messages in return. When you're anxious, your stomach clenches. When you're sad, you may lose your appetite. And when you feel isolated, stuck, or overwhelmed, so does your digestive system. I've seen this time and again in my practice, especially in older adults. Grief, loneliness, life transitions, the loss of a spouse, the move from a long-time home, the quietness of empty rooms that once echoed with laughter. These emotions aren't just felt in the heart, they echo through the body. I remember Margaret, a kind-hearted 79-year-old who came to me with severe constipation. Her tests were fine. Her diet was okay. Her meds hadn't changed. But when I asked how she was doing emotionally, she burst into tears. She had lost her sister 6 months earlier, and since then, she said, "I feel like everything in me just stopped." That's what stress and grief can do. They can literally shut down your digestive rhythm, because the same nervous system that controls your stress response also governs your gut. We began gently. I referred her to a support group for grieving seniors. She started journaling a few times a week. She made it a point to call her grandson every Sunday afternoon. And as her spirit began to exhale, so did her body. Within a few weeks, she was going regularly again. She said something that stuck with me. It wasn't just my bowels that were stuck. It was my heart. So here's what I want you to know. If you're holding something in, emotionally, it might be affecting you more than you think. Healing your gut might start with healing your heart. Some gentle practices that can help. Talking with a trusted friend or therapist. Writing your thoughts in a journal, even for 5 minutes a day. Finding spiritual comfort through prayer, scripture, or meditation. Volunteering or joining a community group. You are not meant to carry life's heavy loads alone. And when you begin to release them, even a little, your whole body breathes easier. Because constipation isn't always just about what you eat. Sometimes it's about what you feel. So now that we've walked this journey together, gently, honestly, and with compassion, can I ask you one more thing? How are you really feeling? Because after everything we've talked about, the slowed digestion, the silent side effects of medications, the absence of movement, the shift in diet, and the emotions you've been carrying, I want you to know something deeper. You're not broken. You're not falling apart. You're simply transitioning into a new chapter. And like every chapter in life, this one asks for new care, new attention, and new understanding. Constipation may seem like a small thing, a quiet thing. But for so many, it is a daily burden. It steals comfort. It steals energy. It clouds your thinking. It disturbs your rest. And worst of all, it can make you feel like something is wrong with you when in truth, something is simply asking for healing. This is your body's way of whispering, I need you to notice me, not with blame, not with shame, but with love, with patience, with kindness. You see, getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means getting wiser. It means tuning in more deeply to what your body's trying to say. It means listening to what used to be ignored. And maybe, just maybe, it means reclaiming the joy of feeling light again. Free again. Alive again. You have more power than you think. With small, consistent steps, adding a bit of fiber here, taking a stroll there, drinking that second glass of water, asking that long overdue question to your doctor, you begin to shift. Your system shifts. Your story shifts. And I want you to know, it's never too late. Never too late to change your habits. Never too late to heal. Never too late to feel better than you felt in years. You deserve mornings that begin with ease, not dread. Days that flow, literally and emotionally. You deserve to look forward to food, to movement, to relationships, to laughter, without that weight sitting inside you. Without that discomfort stealing space from your joy. Because this isn't just about the physical. This is about reclaiming comfort, peace, clarity, and the sacred sense of ease that comes when your body finally aligns with your spirit again. So today, I want you to make a gentle promise to yourself, not to be perfect, not to fix everything overnight, but simply to care a little more, to notice, to speak up, to stop suffering in silence. You've lived through so much. You've raised children. You've worked, you've loved, you've endured. You've grown. Now it's time, finally, for your own well-being to take center stage, not as a luxury, not as a reward, but as a right. Take care of your gut, not because someone told you to, but because you deserve to feel light again. You deserve to feel whole. And if you felt seen, encouraged, or comforted by anything we shared today, if even one part of your heart whispered, "Yes, that's me," then I invite you to stay close. This channel is here for people like you. The wise ones, the warriors, the quiet healers who still have chapters to write. So if this touched you, or reminded you that healing is possible at any age, I warmly invite you to subscribe, to like this video, and to share it with someone who might be silently struggling too. Let's not walk this road alone. Let's keep learning. Let's keep healing. Let's keep going, together. You're not done yet. You're just getting started, and I'm so glad you're here.